let's look at the warning signs, and this is what you should be looking out for with your current supplier and thinking, something's not quite right. Maybe I should be looking to switch or change my contract manufacturer or manufacturing partner.
Yes. So, yes, exactly. I mean, we there are a lot of signs that you need to be careful with. Generally, one side is not enough, but it's a combination of signs that give you a situation or hints that you need to do something about it. And there are multiple categories concerned, like quality, costing, attitude, or the way your business is managed. So you can have different categories basically of problems, and this is something that would harm you or harm your business on the long run. So that's the main reason why people want to switch factories, and so we can go more in details. For example, a typical example is regular quality issues. And regular quality issues is not only about, okay, I have some quality, some scratches and so on, and I have this regularly, like a few percentage of the product. They don't know how to solve that. So we have a regular problems that stay there. So scratches for often handling problem or accuracy problem, and they cannot find a solution for it, or they don't really want that. But also when they have regular new problems that come up every batch. Oh, I have this problem this batch, or next batch I have this problem, and so, which is not only time joining, but also push the buyer to accept a low standard on the quality. That's a very, very common situation there. Another one is creative process unclear. So that's a bit a mix between the supplier and the buyer. Sometimes the buyer is not specific enough in the quality standard, and that's and the manufacturer take advantage of that. But then they don't really apply quality process. They don't really care about that. They just assembled and ship, and that lead to a lot of troubles. But related to that is also lack of accuracy, so incoming quality control. So the suppliers is not really tracking this. Sometimes they, of course, we say that, oh, of course we do that. But if you check the record, if you check what has been done, then you barely get anything. I have some cases typically that you get accuracy record all the same no matter the part. So basically the quality inspectors just collect the information in the paper, but they don't even check the product. The same for the accuracy. So it's outgoing quality control, but they go fast or they don't do it. And then they report again with something we see regularly. They report their accuracy is all good, but they actually didn't do it. So that's kind of example. One issue that I mentioned also to customers, when you have manufacturers that have no ERP system that just manage to in Excel, this is technically okay, can be managed, but generally it's related also to poor management, poor tracking, and that's including change management. So that we end up with changes that was not approved, not recorded, and that with potential impact on the field, and that's another type of issue you might find. Other things like one very, very strong hint that you have a problem is when you need someone on site all the time. And there are some situations that you feel you need this because you need better control, and that definitely a sign that either you process with the factory is not good, or you cannot control that, and you need someone outside for that purpose, but that's definitely not a long-term process. Things like price out of control, so no visibility on the BOM, no visibility on the process, the BOM structure. The price is regularly increasing but never decreasing. They might subcontract parts or fully the assembly. So no transparency of what the manufacturer is doing. Well, there are already a lot on that, and these are also definitively a sign that you have risk. Not necessarily problems, but you have risk.
Yes, identifying that risk early on, as early as possible, I guess.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So this is kind of issues, yes, you need to be careful. Regarding one aspect also that is often missing, especially in Chinese manufacturer, is the lack of reliability testing that before going to production. It's called ongoing reliability testing. So it's basically make sure that each batch is still according to specification, small reliability testing to ensure specification and requirements are still on track. This is very rare that Chinese factories are doing this. They consider that it's not needed, but this can lead to a full batch defective, and so it can be extremely harmful when this happens. And so it's better to be detected in the production than on the field. So this is kind of a situation that you have to be very careful. Another thing is there are a lot more actually, but another thing is manufacturers that refuse visit or audit. So this can be with a lot of excuses, like they have confidentiality with their customer, their military requirements, I mean, the process is confidential. Whatever things like this is generally very bad sign. It's basically a red flag, generally this. And that can be also that the manufacturer is actually not a manufacturer, but just a trader. And so, of course, they don't want you to see the factory they are working with. Or they
Yeah,
are or the
I
real
had a
manufacturer, but
yeah,
they are subcontractors.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a situation
yeah.
like that probably about 6, 7 weeks ago, where we went down to see a particular manufacturer. We asked to see their production line, and they just blankly refused, saying that no, we're running a confidential product for another customer. There's no way that you can go in there. So we arranged to go in the following week, and they just blankly refused our sort of request to go and see their production line. That is a big red flag, it really is. So
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
So that's very important. And
Yeah.
on my side, for example, to give more confidence with customer, we are often propose that when you do a meeting, that okay, let's take camera out and show you the production line, how we work, and so on straight away. Makes things very very clear and accountable. So this is, but this is something you never see in Chinese factories.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Uh,
So we know that we get a lot of customers coming on site, which is great. But if you're unable to go to your particular manufacturer, it's always a good thing to ask for a video tour. And I know this is something that sort of we do and you do on a regular basis, sort of Fabian around at Gillian. So if you've got concerns, ask your supplier to do that video tour. And if they say no, you can only talk to me in the office again. You got to ask yourself why. Is there actually a factory outside that door?
Exactly, exactly. So that's a very important, actually way to check, definitively.
Yeah,
Uh, Other so yeah, the list is very long, but other typical topic is lack of attention from management. You always have a Chinese young English-speaking girl that has your interface, and you have no other access to management, to engineers, to production. So it's like you are dealing with a one single person manufacturer. So this is very common in China. It's not always bad,
yeah.
but then you don't know what it is behind. Of course, there's a language barrier as an excuse, but yes, at the end you don't know who you are working with. And
And
last but not
normally that person is not that well technically versed. That they may well speak English very, very well, but from a technical aspect, they've got very limited access to sort of technical knowledge. And if they need to discuss anything with the technical guys within the team, sometimes your request doesn't actually get put across the way you want it to. So again, very difficult situation to be in if you don't have an engineer you can access that speaks English. I agree.
Yes, exactly. Yes, lost in translation is very common in China, obviously,
Mm.
and this is very important. That to make sure that all the team, all the layers in the organization understand what customer wants. So yes, that's important.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
yeah, and
So
last but not least is about yeah, if you have a process which is immature, like a process very manual, very not much checks to make sure that your operators is not making mistakes, not much control. I have example that the quality control in the factories are managed actually a lot of times are managed by the operators, by the people doing the assembly. So they don't really have even quality team or quality inspectors inside the factory. And then there's also a red flag on quality management.
yeah, good, good. So that was a pretty extensive list. Like I said, I believe there's more on the list, Fabien, but let's, like I said, those are some very good, solid pointers that you should be looking out for. If you believe you're having potential issues or you see some risks, you know, so look at those, you know, go back and listen to this in detail and pick up on some of these points that Fabien has raised there, because that will help you identify some of those potential issues or red flags that you should be looking out for.